morning. Welcome inside Good Morning Football. It is the day after. The first round of the 2026 NFL Draft is in the books, and we have a show to do here. I'm Jamie Erdahl in Los Angeles with Manti Te'o, as always. Kyle Brandt in Pittsburgh. Kyle, half of the first-round picks were traded last night, and we're missing a quarter of our cast. Do tell from Pittsburgh.
Yeah, listen, if you are tuning in this morning looking for Seth freaking Rollins, so are we. We don't know where he is. We have not seen him, but I know this. It's the show after the draft, Jamie and Manti, and I'm ready to die for this. That's what you say these days. Okay, everybody's saying it. Everybody's hopefully not doing it. Let's start the show. You never know when there might be surprises in Good Morning Football. What a night it was. Let's go.
Let's get it.
The Las Vegas Raiders select Fernando Mendoza.
They're in a good spot with Fernando Mendoza.
With the second pick, the New York Jets select David Bailey.
They want a fastball. This guy walking to the stage, trust me, he's going to be running to quarterbacks.
With the third pick, the Arizona Cardinals select Jeremiah Love.
All right. Arguably the most talented player in this year's draft.
With the fourth pick, the Tennessee Titans select Carnell Tate.
Whoa!
Wide receiver, Ohio State.
How about that for the first surprise of the night?
With the 5th overall pick, the New York Football Giants select Arvell Reese, linebacker from the Ohio State University.
These guys are all elite athletes.
And you got the hat to fit, finally.
Yeah.
You got to make sure that rim fits, huh? For the hat, for those draft picks, they gather it, they slap the logo of their team as they walk down the hallway, and they hit the stage to find out their future. That is just the first round of the 2026 NFL Draft. It all went down in Pittsburgh last night. Jamie, Manti, and Kyle here on GMFB for the morning after. Now, ton of celebration, throngs of fans filled the city. There were also fans that were here in Los Angeles, Kyle, ahead of the specifically Rams pick. There was a fan experience called the Rams House, and there was a fan POV video that came out last night after they made their first-round pick. There was a lot to unpack when witnessing it, which is barely how you can explain the Rams press conference that went down after with GM Les Snead and head coach Sean McVay. Take a look.
John, did you have a conversation with Matthew about this pick?
Yeah, I did.
What did you tell him?
I'll keep that between us.
Do you expect Ty to back up that?
We'll see. He's going to compete with Stetson.
He's going to compete with Stetson. That's Sean McVay. I've said it many times. I think he's the best coach in the NFL. But we had another superlative last night as we bring in Tom Pelissero. Tom, you were there. I was there. My opinion, just my opinion, the draft was kind of predictable. It's not a lot of crazy picks. It wasn't drunk, as they say. And then we get to 13. And the Los Angeles Rams, who were a snap away from the Super Bowl, take a quarterback in the first round and Ty Simpson to back up Matthew Stafford, as we just heard, compete with Stetson. Why did this happen? What are your insights on it, and how is he going to compete with Stetson?
The first thing I would say is you can go to the internet right now and search back a week, a month, 3 months, and you can find clips of me saying over and over, don't count out the Rams drafting Ty Simpson. There was a lot of conversation between Ty's father, Jason, who's the head coach at UT Martin, and Les Snead. Les really liked the player. When they were consulting and figuring out should Ty come out in the draft, that was one of the people that the family was talking to, was Les Snead. And there were very strong indications that if Ty Simpson were available, the Rams were going to be the team that ultimately ended up taking him. Now, the only wrench that was thrown into that was when the Rams had 2 first-round picks. They had 13 and 29. They trade 29 to the Chiefs for Trent McDuffie, and then it was like, whoa, 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 whoa. But even after that, I was told this doesn't disrupt the plan. The plan is Ty Simpson is going to be a Ram. I thought going into it, and other teams thought when the Rams were making calls about potentially trading down, that maybe they'd pick up extra picks, move back in round 1, take Ty Simpson later, get some other players. You're in a championship window with the reigning NFL MVP Matthew Stafford, who you're signing to a new contract. You're going to go for it, get some extra players, but then also get the quarterback of the future. They stood in and did something that we don't see happen very often, which is a team with a player coming off of that type of season. Jordan Love obviously was an example of that. Aaron Rodgers himself was an example of that back with Brett Favre. You have it, but it's rare. The Rams are trying to set themselves up for the future while also walking the tightrope right now of trying to win in the present. That is a difficult type of a dance to do. And for Ty Simpson, he is a developmental player. He does need to come in. He needs to sit. This is the perfect offense based on all the coaches and scouts I've talked to. But in terms of where he was taken and the situation, this is absolutely unique.
I want your thoughts on one other thing. Ross Tucker tweeted this out. Ty Simpson gets drafted. He does the NFL Sirius radio interview, how great it is to be a Ram. All your dreams are coming true. And he says during the call that he has never met Sean McVay. He's never spoken to him. And everyone's losing their mind because by the appearances, Tom, and these are appearances, McVay was not in on this pick. It's body language, it's tone, and he'll have to answer for it. But what are your thoughts on the fact that they draft a quarterback who their offensive genius head coach has never met?
The Rams don't scout the way most other teams scout. They don't go to the combine. Sean McVay hasn't been to the combine in many years. They don't do 30 visits. They don't bring players into the facility. The primary things that the Rams do in their scouting process is watch tape, make phone calls, and sometimes make a school visit. So while that would strike people as odd, it's not that odd for the Rams. Again, they look at the player. They have a lot of phone calls. They talk with people who know the player well, in this case including Ty Simpson's dad, but also the coaches at Alabama and everything else. But those are things being done by the scouting department.
Safety, who Sean McVay had never met before, sure. The future franchise quarterback, who the face of the organization, Sean McVay, has never met before, is odd. It's outlandish, in fact, and we are going to be honest. It was the biggest story from last night. Incredible insight. By the way, go and search Tom from months ago because he was on this with Les and the Simpson family, and he had. I'm not kidding. It is there. This was all en route. Jamie at Manti, let's go back to you guys.
Well, sometimes vindication feels sweet, Tom Pelissero. We do appreciate that because it's nice to be right, especially when it's months in advance. Now, this is the highest a team has drafted a quarterback ever after their quarterback wins MVP the previous season. A lot of people now, Manti, are saying that Sean McVay is tying his coaching tenure to Stafford's career. That is for weeks and weeks to come. But your immediate reaction to Ty Simpson going 13 overall to LA? Oh.
Fernando Mendoza didn't win the draft. The Raiders didn't. The Jets didn't. Ty Simpson won the draft.
Won the draft.
The guy won. I mean, guy, if you think about the best place for you to go as a quarterback, it is to go to the Rams, where you have the best coach in the NFL. It is to go to a place where they have the reigning MVP, Matt Stafford. He's just not any quarterback, okay? This is the last of a dying breed type of quarterback. It isn't the type of quarterback where they go up to the line of scrimmage and the coach tells them what to run. Matt Stafford knows what to run. So if you are Ty Simpson, you know, Tom P just alluded to it, there's going to be a lot of development that's going to be needed for this guy coming out of Alabama. The best place for you to go is to go behind somebody like Matt Stafford and watch and listen and watch how he does his behaviors, his manners, the things that he does to make him great. And oh, by the way, you're throwing to Puka Nacua and Devontae Adams, and you're handing the ball off to Kyron Williams and Blake Corum. This is the best situation for a quarterback, regardless of who it is. So my first reaction was I was very surprised, Jamie, when I saw the pick is in. I thought that they were going to trade out of there. I mean, 13 was pretty early for me to draft somebody like Ty Simpson. I thought you could get Ty Simpson later in the 20s. Yeah. So when I saw pick is in, I was like, okay, maybe they'll go another route. And then I saw Ty Simpson's name. First of all, congratulations, Ty. But secondly, I thought they were going to trade back a little bit. So that was my initial reaction.
I think it's a good way to say congratulations, Ty, because I hate when players get these messaging surrounding them, especially when they enter their career in the NFL draft, which is Ty Simpson, no matter when he pops up for media availability, is going to have to answer to this. He's going to have to answer to how high he got drafted, to when he got drafted in Matthew Stafford's career, to how his head coach and the body language reacted to Ty Simpson actually joining the team. It's all very strange, and I hate that for Ty, because you expect him to just come in and learn the system and learn the team and succeed, and that's great for him. That's in a vacuum. What's strange about this is all we ever hear from players and how they can reaching the pinnacle in the NFL, which is even just playing in a Super Bowl, how challenging that can be. And the fact that last year the Rams were right there, and we saw how devastated Sean McVay was because he knew that he had the team. Yeah. And for them to lose in Seattle in the NFC title game just to watch the Seahawks go and win it, that they knew they could have beat that Patriots team in the Super Bowl. The Rams were right there. How can you not go out in the first round and get a guy that just makes your Super Bowl caliber roster better immediately, and instead you're having to mention the backup quarterback's name in competition with your first-round pick when 8 teams didn't even make a pick last night in the first round? They were ripe for availability to get a great player, Kyle. So I think that is what the voice of the fan is saying, is we were right there. How does this guy help us next year? Because you only have so much time left with Matthew Stafford as your MVP quarterback.
It's a great take, and here's the difference between these Jordan Loves and Aaron Rodgers. The fans could hate the pick. The Rams could hate Rams fans could hate the pick. I could hate the pick. You could hate the pick. It seems that the head coach himself hates the pick. We've never seen the Packers take Jordan Love, and then the coach hates the pick. McVay, nobody loves football more than McVay. Nobody loves the draft more than McVay. He's a Labrador. Oh, yeah, he's going to be a great competitor. We're going to get him in here. He's going to learn under Matthew. Like, that's what he's supposed to say. He's leaning back with his arms folded, furious. And I would submit this to you. Is Sean McVay ever going to coach Ty Simpson as a starter? Right. Is he ever going to coach Ty Simpson? Is he going to ride Matthew Stafford this year? Who knows? Maybe another there, and then see you later. And did this exacerbate that future with McVay? Because, listen, honestly, I'll tell you right now, when I saw that the Rams drafted a quarterback for the distant future, my first reaction is, well, I guess McVay is going to do media. I guess he is going to jump into Amazon. I guess he is going to jump into one of these shows. But now...
Yes, get me in the seats.
I love Seth Rollins. I love him on this show. I love him on the ring. I love him as a person. I love him as a wrestler. How are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing great. I've never been more proud of you in my entire life.
Why would you say that, Seth Rollins? What's your last 24 hours been like? Mine's been really weird.
How's it been being
weird?
Heel?
One of the strangest days of my life.
Bad guy. Not as easy as you thought, huh?
Really hard. I have huge respect. All those who have done it, yourself included. Holy crap, I'm a half of what I used to be, man. Seth, the texts that I have gotten over the last 24 hours.
Any good ones?
I had a Pro Football Hall of Famer text me yesterday being like, oh, my God, what the heck was that? Are you all right? First ballot Hall of Famer, too. What did you get?
I had a very, very high-ranking official in my own company. I won't name names.
Is it three the same letters?
Send me a voice note. I can't even go that far. Making sure that he didn't have to get involved with Good Morning Football.
Like he would have come here to the set?
I don't know. I don't know what the plan was. I don't know what he was thinking, but kudos to you.
Kudos
this was
to you.
your brainchild.
No, I love you, man.
And we're back, guys. And major apologies to Jamie and Manti. Manti, I'm so sorry.
Manti's
so
still not
sorry.
right. Manti was shook.
I got a text from Jamie.
Look at Manti. He's pissed now. Manti wants to fight.
Oh,
What's up, Manti?
we've upset the Islander. This is not good. Come on, Mauso.
You
Come on,
guys
baby.
just asked how
Bring
was
it
your
in.
24 hours? You want to know how?
Yeah, do you know the things that we received?
Hours were, bro? Okay, first of all, for the people at home, we had no idea what the heck these two were doing. So when they start doing their thing, I'm looking at Jamie like, are these two for real? Like, what's going on? Like, we got two brothers in the family fighting.
Yep.
And the next 24 hours of my day were hundreds of people like, is this for real? And I'm like, bro, I'm in the same spot you're in. I don't know. Me and Jamie were sitting there clueless. Like, are these guys about to get it on TV? It was the most frustrating thing for me. And there was the question.
Thank God, no.
The question was, okay, the question was WWE harder or was football harder? Seth, I changed my answer because WWE is harder because there's no way that some grown man is going to talk to me that way and somebody not go through a table. The fact that you two had the professional behavior to just be like, we're going to do this and just walk off stage. Bravo, bravo.
Manti, first of all, I have to say, we should say this. No one at ESPN or WWE or NFL Network asked us to, let alone told us to.
No.
Nothing like that.
No.
But the funniest part is Seth's commitment. So we do it, and like I see Seth all throughout the day. We go to the draft last night. We're in the draft theater at the same little party. I walk in this area where there's a bar in there. Seth immediately walks out. In fact, do we have the picture? This is at the draft last night where he won't come within 500 feet of me. Look at this. Look at you, Seth, way in the background. Dead serious. There he is with your shiner. And by the way, shout out to Jeff Miller on the left, the VP of Health and Safety, who was making sure that we were going to be safe, Seth, but we couldn't even come close to you. You were so committed. You're such a professional. I love you, man.
No, I couldn't be seen anywhere near you. I wasn't going to ruin the bit. Absolutely not. I wasn't going to be in the same hotel lobby as you. Wasn't going to be in the same coffee shop as you. I wasn't going to be in the same Hall of Fame vicinity as you. Absolutely not. I took my Snickers bar and I got out of there.
Jamie, I learned something about Seth yesterday. Seth, you have so many fans.
They're lunatics.
These people are messaging me and like with not like promises of physical violence. Like they are going to meet me and hurt me physically. Don't, guys. Don't.
Do not, please. Don't. Yeah, no, don't. He's a friend. He's a good brother.
I love this guy.
I'm very proud of him. He did. It was hard for him. It was very difficult. He didn't understand what the reaction was going to be. He didn't know what he was getting himself into, and now he understands. And I'm very proud of him.
How do you think that was? I go, God, I was so mean. I love you. I'm nice. I love Seth. I hated that. Jamie, you're like the empress of nice. That must have been hard to watch.
Yeah, the two scary words that come across in my ear on GMFB when it comes to Kyle Brandt's bits, let's say, are play along. And I'm just like, what? What am I playing along to? What is happening right now? And you're right. It was the ultimate ruse to be able to answer. And you know what? No one wants to speak on behalf of Kyle. That's one thing I've learned about Kyle Brandt. Don't speak on behalf of him. But I felt like I had to yesterday to just play along, to say, like, yeah, that is real, I think. And you're right. The people that will defend the man bun for Seth Rollins, it's a large population of people. So well done, everybody. Now, it was thrilling, it was exciting, and that's a bow on it for GMFB. Now, the first round still went down yesterday, whether or not Seth and Kyle were speaking to each other in the draft theater yesterday. So we want to get Seth in here, and a second pass beyond Ty Simpson going at 13 overall, because we were all over Fernando Mendoza. Great scene for the Mendoza family at their home in Miami last night. Tom Brady shows up to congratulate the future quarterback of the Las Vegas Raiders. But then things started to get really interesting because, as we saw, the Giants had 2 top 10 picks. Chiefs trade up to get their guy to bolster the defense. So, Manti, it's not just one team in the NFL that you thought won the night last night. It is actually one college in particular that you felt like was great.
Well, what I think we learned yesterday is that there's a word, translate, and I think that's what the NFL executives really emphasize in the guys that they picked. And for those guys at home, for those young men at home that are in college, that are looking to get to college with all the NIL stuff, if you're looking to get into NFL, guys, be very strategic as to where you go, because I don't think you can question that when Ohio State has 3 defenders go in the first round, who the defensive coordinator is, and Matt Patricia. If you are a franchise in the NFL and you're looking at Arvell Reese, Sonny Styles, and Caleb Downs, yes, they are athletic. Yes, they make a lot of plays for your defense. Yes, they can be guys that you can surround the other 10 in the huddle around. But I think to a certain point, you're also looking at their defensive coordinator and say, hey, I know what he's being taught in that meeting room is the same language that we're going to speak in our meeting rooms. And the same thing can be said about Ty Simpson. Yes, he got drafted early, but Ty Simpson at Alabama ran a very, very similar offense to what they're going to run with the LA Rams. So what translates? It's not just tackles, it's not just touchdowns, it's not just interceptions. It's what program you join and the system you run. I think is very, 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 very important, Seth.
Ohio State had 4 players go in the top 12 last night, which is the most by any school in the top 12
Insane.
of a single draft in the common draft era, except for the 1967 Michigan State Spartans, who had 4 players go in the top 12.
Let's
so
go.
that puts it in perspective into how impactful this one team was in last night's draft.
What do you got, Seth?
For me, you know, I'm going to be boring with this, Kyle. I'm going to be boring. I'm going to go.
Like
I'm going to go. Yeah, always. You know me. Boring outfits, boring segments, boring football takes. I'm going right to the top. I'm going Fernando Mendoza. Yeah. I mean, it's kind of, he got lost because it was such a foregone conclusion that the guy was going #1. But here's a Heisman Trophy winner, a national champion in Indiana, and then he goes #1, kind of handpicked Tom Brady, Clint Kubiak offense. I mean, this is really exciting for this kid. And my favorite thing about it, my favorite thing was he wasn't even at the draft. He wasn't even at the draft. He didn't care about the pomp and circumstance at all. He cared about being at home with his family, being around the people that love him, that care for him, that supported him along the way. That's who he wanted to be with on his journey, and I dig that. He is bona fide #1 pick through and through. And look at that. I mean, it's a beautiful moment. I got goosebumps as I was, you know, looking at Kyle over my shoulder, wanted to punch him in the nose. But I got goosebumps just watching him with his family. He's shaking everybody's hand, hugging, and there's tears, and everybody's so happy. And I talked about it on the show a little bit yesterday. That is my favorite thing on draft day, is moments like that. And look at the smile. Look at the smile on his mother's face. She's crying. I mean, you cannot make that up. You cannot write that. You cannot script that. It's beautiful. I love that he is #1 in my eyes and in the eyes of obviously Raider Nation and his family. I mean, he just provided a life. He just provided a life for in generations to come for the Mendozas. I love it.
I kind of have, like, I'm so feeling what you're saying. I almost have a hot take that, like, he made that stay-at-home draft look good, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yes.
I love what goes on here. Don't get me wrong. It's really cool. But roll the Mendoza family again. They're all dressed up.
Yes.
It's a beautiful living room. The lighting is tasteful. I feel like there's definitely snacks. Do we have the Mendoza family again that we just ran a bunch of times during Seth? Because everyone looks happy. I mean, look at the young man on the left in the blazer. The Raiders are dressed up. I'm not yet ready to say that it's better than being here, but, like, home is home, man.
Dude, it definitely, I bet for Mendoza, for Fernando, it feels better. You know what I mean? It's great to come out there, hug the commish, put the hat on and everything, but to be there and hug your family and experience that with them, there's no better feeling.
Who doesn't want to work at home? It's the way of the world, right? I'm very, very happy for the entire Mendoza family, but I don't know if I'm happy for the viewer in the sense that if you are someone who grows wearisome of an alleged East Coast bias or why the networks do nothing but talk about the NFC East, I got bad news for you, my friend. The NFC East crushed it last night. As a division, just go down the line. Cowboys fans, I'm happy for you this morning. A really smart, professional, dare I say, prudent draft. A pass rusher, a DB, not once more into the breach, dear friends. No, Jerry goes down in a hail of bullets. No. Good picks. Eagles fans, we're going to get into this in a couple seconds. Can we bring up the picture of Howie Roseman last night making his draft picks? I think we have a picture of actually Howie was making the picks. Yeah, there he is. There's Howie, and he's deciding to swoop in and take the pick from House Steeler.
Yes.
Littlefinger. I mean, Howie, you dog. We're going to talk about this in a couple segments, what the Eagles pulled last night against the hometown team who's like, great, we're going to get Mekhi Lemon. He's like, no, you're not. It's like holding the knife to Ned Stark's throat. But Commanders fans get the headline of, okay, best athlete in the draft. We will see if Sonny Styles becomes the best player in the draft. Being the best athlete is kind of a loaded thing, but I know they're very excited and they should be. And then lastly, Giants fans, Good morning, New Jersey. Did you see the quote from Arvell Reese? Arvell Reese goes to the Giants and he says, Coach Harbaugh, they told me how they would use me. I'll just say I'm going to be used in a unique way. I am a weapon. That's how it's supposed to be. The Giants are going to play some defense. They're going to be talented. They are going to be fast. Jackson, what's going to happen with him yet? I like him, but I know the defense is going to be there in that Harbaugh'ian type aggressiveness. I love the pick from them. And if you hate East Coast bias, if you hate all that, there's going to be a lot of Cowboys, Eagles, Commanders, and Giants fan talks all for the next months and months. Seth, you feeling it?
Oh, dude, you're right. You're right on it. If I wasn't going Mendoza, I was going with the East. Definitely the Giants.
See what I'm saying?
I love the Giants first round. I thought it was incredible.
I love that. But you know what? I should be talking more about the AFC South because there's a really, really good Tennessee Titan who's been standing patiently behind the cameras. And we don't want to have a second violent incident in 2 days, Seth. We're going to get to him shortly because we are just hours away from day 2 of the 2026 NFL Draft. Oh, baby, you can watch it.